culminating activity for the day was to reinforce the importance of ownership. Ownership. And what we're going to close with are a couple of examples from teachers around the country who truly developed ownership of co-teaching. Look at these examples from St. Paul Public Schools, where they paid a lot of attention to mapping out the classroom. So how are we going to seed our English learners? Blue stands for Gen Ed, red stands for L learner. And they were working on that. And again, asking the question, what's the intention? What's the intention if the English learners are clustered? 4 of them sitting together, but the rest of the kids are not. So giving additional thought, not just to the models, but other decisions that had to be made. And this is already on your handout, on your wiki space, so you could take a closer look. And I was really honored to meet Elizabeth Choi in Tennessee, who created her own stick figures, and she also named her own models, because this is what made sense to her. She wanted to represent role definition. So sometimes she feels that she's in a supporting role, and she literally runs around, help, help, help. Sometimes she's the modeling teacher, who is going to model note-taking, model processing, problem solving, and so forth. And sometimes she called it the tandem teaching, when they just go back and forth and teach together. She also called some of her configurations as targeting and paralleling. And finally, she of course conceptualized learning centers or stations, as we also did just a few minutes ago, and recognized that at times using separate locations is okay. That is not a pullout. If you always ask yourself the question, what's the purpose? What's my intention? Am I just trying to get out of it, or is there a real purpose for moving the children to another location? Elizabeth was a middle school, or is still, in Knoxville, Tennessee, a middle school ESL teacher who does co-teaching very passionately, and she does her own action research. She collects data on her students and she documents. She presented at Southeast TESOL. That's where I met her a few years ago. Oh, and there is, oh no, did we already go through all of them? Yes, we did. Oh, there's more here. The supporter, the modeler, and the back mapper. I apologize, I think I mixed it up a little bit. So there's one more role, the back mapper. Recognizing that many of our English learners are multiple grade levels below where the general education students might be, and for them to back map the curriculum and to teach foundational skills is going to be an essential part of the co-teaching configuration.